2025 has given us a host of beautiful, interesting, and sometimes really challenging planetary positions. I think this year has been very eventful and provided us many new challenges that we could not see in years previous to this. And I've been seeing this as a pattern since 2020, because ever since 2020 started, things have somehow shifted in our lives. In fact, if you go back far enough, the genesis point was in 2014. So, since 2014, things have been changing, and since 2020, they have been changing very rapidly, very intensely. In 2025, everything has gone completely bonkers. And this is the reason why we'll be seeing two very interesting double debilitations here in the month of October, followed by one very powerful exaltation. So, we'll talk all about it today. So, in the month of October 2025, we're going to see two planets going debilitated. The first is the Sun, second is Venus, and one planet, that is Jupiter, will be going exalted. So, what's really happening here? Let's understand what debilitation is all about. Debilitation is a very special position of a planet. Whenever a planet is debilitated, it is in a position to not fight at all. So you remember that every planet moves through the 12 houses and the 12 rashis. One rashi may belong to a friend, one rashi may belong to an enemy, one rashi may be completely neutral, and one rashi may belong to themselves. However, whenever a planet goes into the position of debilitation, which is one out of those 12 positions, this is where the planet does not have any strength to fight and it completely gives up. Now, imagine you waging a war on your neighbor next door, and especially his dog, and his dog just gives up. He comes to you and he's like, he's all puppy eyed and he's all given up and he's like, dude, I don't want to fight. I'll do whatever you want me to do. And that's it. So, this is comparable to the position of debilitation of a planet. What's really happening here is a planet does not have the strength to fight a hostile environment. So, an environment that is completely opposite of the things that is connected to that planet itself. If it goes into a completely opposing environment, it does not have the strength to fight. And because of the lack of strength, this planet is not able to do much. So here is what is happening. Number one, we will see a debilitation of Venus. Now, Venus is specifically debilitated in the sign of Virgo. And Virgo is a place which thinks a lot, where Mercury goes to get exalted, which likes to create rules and regulation and agricultural societies and making rules for societies. So, whenever we make rules for societies, we somehow create some issues for Venus. The reason is that Venus is rather free, right? Venus is all about giving love to one and all. It's almost like the hippie movement. You love one and you love all. So, when Venus is brought into civilized society, Venus is asked to behave in a certain way. Venus is asked to dress in a certain way. For instance, I'm an astrologer. I don't dress like one, do I? No, I'm wearing whatever I want to wear. These are the clothes I wear at my house. These are the clothes I wear outside, and that's it. That's it. I don't have to pick on the role of an astrologer. I don't have to pick on what the civilized society believes is the right way for an astrologer to dress up. And of course, I'm not wearing any gemstones at all. So if I'm passing by, you may never know if I'm an astrologer or not, because for whatever reasons, right? It's very obvious. So here, Venus, when it goes debilitated, is unable to fight. It completely gives up in Virgo. And it says, fine, do whatever, I don't care. Now, because of these special positions, Venus, which talks about a lot of things in our life, it talks about love, which talks about relationships, which talks about women in general, which talks about women in your life if you're a man. It can talk about your sisters, it can talk about your wife, so things like that. So basically, women who are parallel to you, or at least who are at a similar status. These women can easily be seen via Venus. Now, when Venus goes debilitated, a lot of things happen. Number one, you are unable to enjoy life properly. So, here in India, at least, we have the festive season coming up. The moment October starts, we are all going to go bonkers. We are all going to go crazy. There is Navratri, there is Dashera, there is Diwali, Bhaiya Dooj. Several other festivities are going to start. And we are going to keep enjoying festivals, all the way now. So we're going all out with festivals. Especially between October and December, we are going to go completely bonkers. So this is where we enjoy and we don't give two hoots about the world. And that's how we are as people. So it's a time to enjoy. It's a time to relish in festivities. It is a time to really feel good about the world that we are living in and to enjoy with our friends and our family, whatnot. But since Venus is debilitated, it may provide us with opportunities to enjoy, but may not really let us enjoy. So understand the difference between the two. I may have a festival going on at home, but I am not exactly interested. I may want to eat 10 different types of foods and mithais, and I get them. And I try to eat them, and I don't enjoy them enough because Venus is not giving me the power, the strength to enjoy something. That is really interesting, and you must not miss out on that. So you may get a lot of things, but you may not get things that you really want to enjoy. And it'll be a very dangerous situation. I'll tell you why. Because the truly dangerous people in the world are those who don't know what they want. I mean, I would rather be happy in the company of somebody who knows exactly what they want, no matter how crazy it is, instead of being with somebody who doesn't even know what they're looking for. Because with these people, the problem is that no matter what you bring their way, they'll never be satisfied. They will never be happy. There will always be something or the other that they could have had. So when they're enjoying something, when they're consuming something, their mind is consumed with thoughts. Thoughts about what if I enjoyed something else? Maybe I had mint chocolate. What if I had chili chocolate? What would chili chocolate taste like? So, no matter what I'm having, no matter what I'm consuming, because Venus makes you consume a lot, that thing will not be good enough for you. And you'll be like, man, I don't want to be a part of this at all. So that's interesting, okay? Another reason why you need to be very wary of about Venus debilitated is because during this time, we don't really give two hoots about respecting women, right? And I'm not talking about women in general, I'm also talking about femininity. Okay. So there is a striking lack in femininity. We start asking questions. What is femininity? How do we define femininity? And in order to become feminine, we become caricatures of femininity, right? And what is a caricature of femininity? So, femininity is all about loving, taking all together, working all of with all of people that you have in your life together, caring about everybody, being really aware, being more intuitive, being slightly more neurotic, but again more intuitive, and uh, the ability to be a mother. Basically, that is femininity. So you take away the ability of motherhood, which is separate from fatherhood, right? Motherhood is like completely different. So we try to become caricatures of femininity. So we believe that okay, a woman, let's say, wears a nice necklace. So I'm going to wear three nice necklaces. A woman wears earrings. So I'm going to wear bigger and bolder and nicer earrings. A woman does makeup because why not? It is shringar. Shringar makes a woman woman. Shringar is when you dress up and you take care of yourself. So I'm going to go overboard. I'm going to have huge lips and huge noses and huge whatever. And I'm going to appear more feminine. So I want bigger breasts because bigger breasts are more feminine. I want a bigger bum because bigger bums are more feminine. I want a smaller waist, so I'll reduce or remove my ribs because that is more feminine. So, we're trying to caricaturize femininity and we also disrespect it along the way. So that is a huge problem. And you will see a lot of it going forward, at least for the next 1 month. Now, this might sound a little scandalous, but that is how it is, right? So during this time, I think it will be good for you to start respecting women. And now the question arises, what exactly is respect? Like, what is respect? Why do we care so much about respect? Um, every person, no matter who it is, no matter what they do, no matter where they are, deserves some basic dignity, right? I think that can be ascribed to anybody. But respect is a matter of character, right? So when we talk about generally having respect for women, we talk about generally having respect for femininity, right? And not being a complete idiot to women, even if you are a woman yourself, right? Not being a complete idiot. not hating people for being feminine, not hating people for being more emotional, not hating people for being more loving. When you do that, you basically are not against femininity anymore. But when it comes to people, particularly, you would want to check the content of their character. What kind of character do they have? Some people genuinely do not deserve respect. But how many are they really? Out of 100, you'll probably find one. Out of 1,000, maybe five. But that's pretty much it. You're not going to find a lot of people who are truly not worthy of respect, right? So, which means that we can give everybody some basic dignity and we can give everybody some benefit of doubt and let it be. Because those people that you hate right now can end up being your friends tomorrow, right? Whatever you hate about your mother, her femininity, her emotionality, that is what helped her rear you. That is what helped her in ensuring that you are well fed and you are sleeping well, even if she does not get to sleep throughout the night. You getting it? So let's not have any sort of ill, conceived notions about femininity or about women in general. Women are women. They're always going to be women. No matter where they are, they're going to be very womanly. And they don't have to dress like a woman to be a woman. They just are, you're born this way. This is who you are. Accept it, right? And women, particularly, accept your femininity. You're a woman. You will cry. True. You will cry. You are emotional. True. You have this tendency to become the mother of your beloved people. You like to care for them. You like to do acts of service for them. And you love it when people give you gifts because you're a woman. That is it. It's not about personality, it's about who you are because you're the woman, the original dichotomy. Right? Okay. So, the second planet that is debilitating this month is the sun. Now, what's interesting about the sun is that the moment sun gets debilitated, it starts causing issues in identity. All right. So identity issues become so major that we really don't know what we're looking for in life. What do we want? Why are we doing what we're doing? Did I really want to get married at 20 and have 3 children? And that's it. Maybe I could have become a PR manager, maybe something else. Maybe I could have been a farmer, who knows? So this whole issue about identity starts coming to the surface. Secondly, since Sun is a very masculine and a hyper masculine planet, to be honest, Sun wants to know, where is my place in the world? The world works on hierarchies. The world has set structures. The world has set systems. Where do I fit in? Where do I go? Am I on top? Am I on bottom? Am I being loved? Am I not being loved? Am I being respected? Am I not being respected? So all these questions literally come pouring down to the sun. And sun wants to know, where am I? Who am I? What am I doing here? Should not have done this. Also, during this time, it is a lot less about what you want to do individually and a lot more about what people want you to do, because again, it's Libra, right? Sun is in Libra, that's why it's debilitated. So a Libra sun has to think a lot less about me and a lot more about we. But the problem is that Libra is owned by Venus, which is also sitting 12th from there and also getting debilitated. So because of this particular position, people are going to question themselves a lot. They're going to question their own morals. They're going to question their own ethics. They're going to question their own ideas and their actions and their past. A lot will be about their past. They are going to question each and every relationship that they have in their life, especially their romantic relationships. So, whether you are dating somebody, whether you are in a relationship, whether you're already married and have been happily married for the past 26 years, maybe you start having questions like, why did I marry this man really? Why did I marry this woman really? And it's not really a bad thing to think about, okay? Because the moment we start talking about asking why, everybody gets super insecure. They're like, oh my God, she's having second thoughts. Oh my God, he's having second thoughts. No, nobody is having second thoughts. They are basically reminding themselves of why they did what they did. Huh? They're reminding themselves of why they did what they did. So maybe, um, let's assume I'm married to you. And I start asking this question to myself, like, why did I marry this man really? Why? And I get the answer. It's because he has a beautiful smile, and I fall in love with you all over again. Wonderful. So, asking these questions is essential, reminding yourself that yes, I'm in touch with this person, I love this person, I would like to be with this person. This is important, super duper important. So, work on those things. Um, Always try to be connected to people, always try to listen to other people, try to give people the benefit of doubt, even if a little. Try to not react immediately. It's going to help you out throughout the month and even throughout November, because this whole thing is going to last for a very long time. So there is a double debilitation. So obviously, your identity, who you are as a person, and what kind of relationships you have, what kind of environment you are in, is currently under question, and it is not a bad thing at all. Unless you ask questions, nothing is going to change, and you deserve to change now, right? Okay. Now there is another planet that is going exalted, and that is Jupiter. So you know that Jupiter is moving really fast. In Hindi, we call it Ati Chari or Ati Shigra. So this is a position where any planet is moving faster than normal and for a very long time. So this Ati Chari Gati of Jupiter suggests that Jupiter, which usually spends about 11 months and a few days in any sign, which turns out to be around 12 months, that is a year. So Jupiter is not spending a year in one sign, it's barely spending 3 to 4 months. So it entered Gemini 3, 4 months ago, and now it's passing through Gemini very quickly. On the 18th of October, it is entering the sign of Karka or Cancer. So Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. And what is the idea behind exaltation? It is a place where you can fight and win, right? It's a place where you go to win. So when Jupiter is in Cancer, Jupiter over mothers. It's very motherly by nature. It over mothers like anything. It is very benefic, loves to help people out, loves to be there for everybody, blah, blah, blah. That's why I'm asking you. Even if you're having questions, even if you're having doubts, even if you're questioning every relationship in your life, allow Jupiter, to still behave nicely with all of them, to still give everybody the benefit of doubt, to still be with them, listen to them, observe them, and then make decisions. Because if you make decisions in your head, you're definitely going to make all the wrong decisions. Right now, you need to make decisions while you're with people, while you're observing. If somebody comes and tells you that, hey, let's say Radha was saying something about you, and your name is Krishna, and you're like, oh, Radha is like crazy, and she's saying things about me and all that. Well, no, go and check Radha out and see how she's behaving with you. Is there jealousy in her eyes? Is there envy in her eyes? Do you see that? If you cannot see that, ask somebody who can, somebody who has an exalted Jupiter, somebody who has been playing the role of a mentor or a guru in your life. Go and talk to them, and they'll help you out. So this will be a great time, since you'll be asking a lot of questions, since you'll be going through a lot during this time. My suggestion is go and ask these people, what do I do? Ask these people, how do I make things happen? Ask these people, am I really in a good state of mind, and how do I make it better? And you know what? Even if you don't have any questions, even if you feel embarrassed to ask for help, even if you feel embarrassed to ask your questions, go and be with these people. If possible, hug these people and hug them really tight. And trust me, all your problems are going to just vanish completely. Simply because you have that person in your life, that guru figure in your life, and they're going to change everything. I wish I could give you a virtual hug right now. Since I can't, imagine you're hugging me right now. And I'll imagine that too. So, a big hug to you. May you always feel good. May you always feel well. May you never have any issues. And whenever you have issues, may God bless you with the right message at the right time. Right? All right, then, everybody. Bye bye. Take care. I love you a lot. If you have any questions, feel free. Ask me those questions. Come on, let's make a better world, right? And before we make the world better, we will make ourselves a lot better, isn't it? All right. Bye bye. Take care.